Okay guys, in today's video it's my top 5 likes and dislikes about the Losi 22S SCT. Quite a lot to like about it, but a couple of niggling little gripes in there as well. So maybe a mixed bag in these 5 points, but let me get the camera down, show you what I mean. Point number 1 guys, has to be the great scale look that this truck has got, even down to the wheels and the tyres on there, but more on those in just a second. We've got a great looking front bumper, we've even got little imitation fans on the back and fake mudguards underneath here. So all in all, it actually looks like a proper short course truck. These tyres though, while looking like the real thing, they don't grip superbly well on every surface guys. The tire tread could be better on there. That's maybe like a niggling little gripe. On some surfaces they're absolutely great, on other surfaces they're absolutely terrible, but that's an easy thing to change. So it's not a major gripe on a car there. So it's not a major like or dislike on that, because I really like the body, which is the thing that attracted me to this in the first place. I like about it. Point number 2 on my likes and dislikes on the car guys, one thing I really like is the quality electrics the car comes with. Cracking Spectrum DX2E transmitter on here, steering trim, throttle trim, AVC, speaking of more on that in just a second. You've got 3 different power levels on the car, you can reverse the steering, reverse the throttle, etc, etc. So cracking transmitter with the car. Moving on to the rest of the electrics, you've got an SRS 6000 receiver. These are waterproof, they're conformally coated and yours for about 60 to 65 bucks on their own. You've got a dynamite brushless setup on here. The only thing I would say is, all this goes well, it powers the car very, very well. I couldn't get it close to the 50 miles an hour that they claim on the outside of the box. Is there an extra pinion to be fitted? If so, it should come with the car, because it doesn't come with the car, yet it says 50 plus on the outside of the box. My only comment would be that maybe the ESC could do with being maybe slightly bigger on there, although I didn't have any overheating issues, and I will say it's very, very waterproof. I've proved that from a small jump that I did into some water. The only downside to the whole thing on here, the EC3 connector guys, come on, like everything else, really good, and then somebody skimps on the battery connector, but overall I would say absolutely cracking electrics on the car. Steering servo, plenty strong enough on most surfaces on there, and this is an ABC dial because that's an ABC receiver. So that ABC setup on the car at this price point, 249 bucks guys. That's why this is at number 2 on my list of things to like about the Losi 22S. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. And number 3 on my likes and dislikes on the Losi 22S, it's both a kind of like and dislike, is this battery tray guys in here. You think with that cage over the top of it, rear mounted from below, it'd be super secure, and it is super secure. So secure in fact that if you're out in the field and you haven't got anything like a coin to open it with, then you're absolutely stuck, because there's no screwdriver sized slot in there. What I found is one of the most effective ways to open it is to get the pliers like that. So if you've not got a coin with you guys, you're somewhat stuck. Now, opening it up, you've got a nice large compartment on there. That's because yours truly has taken out the 2 foam spacers in here, which actually limit or severely limit the size of battery you can put in here. And having the closed end points on there guys is also quite restrictive, because it looks long, but this metal plate is, you're losing a centimetre on there, so it's difficult to slot bigger packs in, even if you push the butt end of them in there first and then try and push them up. So I found it quite limiting as to what batteries I could actually get in there. Yet in principle it's all good, and when you have got a battery in there and both of these locked up, it is nice and secure and not going anywhere. So it's like a plus and a minus side on that one guys, but no big issue on it. Anyway guys, moving on to point number 4. The power to weight ratio. You see me holding it in one hand here, it is absolutely feather light. Even without the battery in, it just feels like it's no more than a couple of pounds in weight. In reality, with that brushless motor on there, even with the battery in and the body on, the thing goes like a rocket when it's absolutely on it, and those tyres are on the right terrain, full of tyres. As I said, they're great on some surfaces, terrible on others, but when they do hook up well, the thing is like off like a scalded cat, and the handling is absolutely outstanding. You dial the AVC in right with that power to weight ratio of the thing, absolute flyer on there. So that is why point number 4 is definitely one I like. Okay, point number 5 to like about this one at the minute guys, has to be the value for money. Yours online or from your local hobby store at the minute for around about 249 bucks. 50 mile an hour brushless performance on 3S for $249. That's probably good $100 less than its main brushless competitors out there at the minute. So there is a lot to like about it. That said, yours truly couldn't get close to that 50 miles an hour on there, but maybe I'm missing something on the gearing. I'm sure that's probably down to me, guys, on there. I don't disbelieve the 50 miles an hour that was on the box. Yours truly just couldn't actually achieve it on the day. There's no way saying the car can't do that, and it would be virtually worth spending that amount of money, guys, on the car just for the electronics alone, because that receiver is $60 to $65 for that 6-channel SRS waterproof receiver on its own there, guys. So you're getting a huge amount of value for money on there. Yeah, it's had a few niggling little faults I could go on about, but this video is about my top 5 likes and dislikes, and there they are out for you today, guys. Anyway, as ever, guys, do feel free to have your say in the comments section below the video. Thanks for watching. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.